Good evening. Welcome to Waking God's Child YouTube channel. I'm here live with my co-host Candy Nelson, and we are
Hey guys.
bringing you guys tonight the topic of a deceptive world, because I really have no idea what that actually looks like, except for I'm pretty sure that we're all living in it right now. So, what are your thoughts on that, Candy? Are we living in any deception right now? Any deceptive times at all? I don't know. It's questionable. It's a toss-up.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
just
not
a little.
questionable at all. It's everything. I'm like, oh my God. Just can't even
Yes.
wrap my mind around some of the things that are so deceptive. It's insane.
Yeah, we just got through talking about well, even the nicotine smokers and the nicotine receptor, how that actually saved, and I had stated this a while back when I first heard it, but it actually saved a lot of people from getting the crowned, jeweled viral thing. And there's something to that. And also was told then a long time ago that that kills the nanotech within one's, little bate, from the head to the toe to the, no. So I'm going to speak a little bit in code because we have to, because we are absolutely 100% censorship, which is part of this deceptive topic. So yes, we got to be careful what we put, how we say it, how we go about it, because our amendment is no, it's no longer it's zero zilch nada. It's void apparently, because our country doesn't recognize our rights anymore, or our amendments. Anything that we used to be able to do, like I don't know, called this little speech thing, little topic of just letting my gum slap. Can't do it anymore without getting a mark or shunned, or I mean, there's people going to court right now for it or being jailed for just opening their mouths, and it's just absolutely horrid. And I don't know how this world is not aware or seeing this at this time, not to mention the huge political puppet show going on. So I'm going to breathe for a second.
Yeah,
Candy, go ahead and add what you
yeah,
found out too and heard today.
yeah, but I would like to also mention to everybody we are having a few technical glitches here and there, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this without any major mishaps. But
I
anyway,
haven't
just a
seen
heads up.
any so far.
Yeah, I just had you a little issue with you. That's why I brought it up. So,
Yeah. Well, I
so
mean, I
which one
think
are you
honestly,
doing?
because I mean, I don't, you kept freezing on me too, so I don't really know. But we know that anyone that watches any of these channels that are on the alternative level of conversation or news, you will always experience the technical difficulties. And I don't care which channel it is that you watch, whether it be Council of Time or Truth Stream Media or Marfugal News or any of those kind of YouTube channels that bring forth this kind of, I'm not any of the platforms, let's put it like that. There's always going to be, for some reason, some technical difficulties, which in this case, most of you should know by now what's going on. And I mean, this is part of the censorship agenda, and it is as real as it gets, folks. And again, if you can't figure that out yet by what all has taken place in your world over the past, especially since 2018-ish, I don't know what to tell you. You've been sleeping, but while you were sleeping, guess what? We got some news for you. So, with that said, we all know that people are experiencing some very strange illnesses. And Candy can go on to tell you something that she just recently came across today with a young lady, correct?
No, no, it was over the last few days, but um,
Well,
yeah,
whenever, yes.
yeah, I saw this thing out on Facebook where this girl, oh my God, she was completely just horrid, worse than I've ever been. Okay, breaking out, and her father posted that she had a routine treatment that
Young
she had
girl,
to
too.
get. Yeah, she was like 23, and she went to the hospital to get her routine treatment, and they told her that they would not give her the treatment unless she took a meningitis vaccine, and there was another vaccine that they said that she had to get
Ooh, the V
before she could
word.
get her treatment. And that wasn't the one. It was another vaccine. I can't
Yeah,
remember
no,
right off the
no,
top of my
just the
head.
V word and vacation and nation, no matter what it is, because now they censor us on
Right.
even that word, just that single word alone, whether it was the measles, mumps, or the influenza or the HPV. It's ridiculous. And back to the deceptive. Sorry, go on.
And
I'm going to put the
so
chat up real quick
anyway,
too.
so she agreed to do it because she needed her treatment. Well, within 10 minutes, she broke out in these horrid red blotches. I mean, and they just kept spreading. And I mean, it was just, just massive, and had all these other symptoms of stuff going on. And they told her, oh, that's not one of the side effects, but it had just happened 10 minutes after she got it while she was still there. And so they started giving her antibiotics and an anti-itch medication because it was itching so bad. And she wasn't getting better. She was getting worse. And so they wasn't really doing anything to help her either, basically just brushing her off. And so her father wound up getting her into another hospital, and the Children's Defense Fund has gotten behind her on it. And so I was just mortified because the way she looked is just horrid. And so I went to her father's page just to follow up to make sure that what was really happening. And her father was explaining that that happened 10 minutes after she got those vaccines. And so I screenshotted what he had posted. And so, well, a few days later goes by, and up comes on my page the truth about cancer. And they were posting her picture out there and didn't say anything about, how the background on how that happened or anything. They just had this picture of her, and it was under the truth about cancer, and they didn't really say anything about the vaccines or anything. And so all these people were coming out there and commenting, oh, God bless her, we're praying for her, and all these people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
praying and trying to uplift and everything. And I was like, my gosh, they're putting this under the truth about cancer, and I had already
Yeah.
screenshotted,
And what
her
is
father's
cancer
page.
really? That's a whole other topic, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but the point being is, okay, as far as um the status of cancer, it falls under a whole different category other than a CC injury. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I was angry. And so I went out there and I commented to them. I'm like, this is not cancer. This is deceptive. How can you put this under the truth about cancer and not comment about what happened in the background and everything? And I said, this is
Exactly
directly from
how it
her
came
father's
about.
page. Right. And so anyway, I commented about it. And so anyway, I was just angry about it because, like I said, no mention was the background on how it happened or anything. So a couple days later, it comes up on my page again, the truth about cancer, and her picture, and it was listed as cancer and CC injuries. So I was like, wow, okay. So I made a
Something they never
difference,
talk about or tell you about, right?
right? And
Yeah, and
so I mean, I'm just saying
that's part
everybody
of
else
it right there.
being supportive and positive, and I got to go out there and pull the rug out from underneath of it, alone.
And
And
kudos. I am so glad you did. That's what we need.
yeah, well, and then the
That's what
next
we
thing I
need,
know,
folks.
I was telling Lisa, this lady went out there and hit the laughing emoji on it. And next thing I know, she went to my page and was like laughing about everything on my page. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
nope,
it's
you're out
okay.
of here. You're blocked. Nope,
All fun and
you
games
don't
till
get to
someone
laugh.
gets hurt.
Right. So
Yeah,
yeah, she got
it's
blocked.
just it's a disturbing world that we're living in right now, and that's the thing. Most people, it's not that they're uneducated about what's going on. What has happened is that they have been conditioned with lies and
Deceived. They're
propaganda and
deceived. It's
untruthful.
deceptive.
Sorry,
Deceptive. It's very deceptive. And I told them
the
that in my comment.
hundred
I was
like
like, this is
whole thing.
deceptive.
I mean, just like the coroners, the coroners of the deceased, pulling out these very large clots that are white in color, and then you'll get just a small handful of people from whatever side we all know which side, the lying side is like, well, those blood clots are very natural. When we have bodies and we go ahead and we drain them, we always pull these, 4'2" clots out from head to toe, which is a freaking lie. A clot is a clot. A blood clot looks like a blood clot. I mean, you're welcome. It does. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you go on, you go, um, blood clots coming out of those that were vacation to nation and took that knocky in the arm of the rumpleumpagus, wherever you took it. I don't even care. And it's not your fault. It's easy to fall into that. And trust me, don't worry about it because this is affecting all of us irregardless. But the point is, there was a surge, and I mean 100% absolute surge in these individuals that are the deceased and died suddenly in their beds. And by the way, I'm going to add that in the last 3 to 4 years, I know of 6 people, to be exact, that just passed away in their beds for no good reason, for no good reason at all. Just, it was questionable. Like, well, I wonder if she might have taken something. I wonder if he, maybe drank too much, or, all these things. And nobody ever stopped to think, have you looked at the death count and when it actually happened? Because it wasn't from the C word. It was from the, what did you put in your body word, which is nanotechnology all day long, the mRNA. There is so much to this that people have overlooked or just not looked because they've seen it on the news and everything. The propaganda is ruling our world. AI is ruling our world for that matter, because you cannot find the truth online anymore. And the only way you're going to know the truth is if you look for it in the underlying platforms in your alternative areas. And I'm sorry, guys, you might laugh about YouTube and think, well, that's just for funny stuff or just stupid stuff or not real stuff. No, in this day and time, along with some many other alternative news channels, including Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and all of these ones that have left your mainstream media, they left for a reason. They left because of the lies. And they also, too, have all talked about, including Stu Peters, of this substance that's clogging people, their arteries, their veins, every vascular area of their body, and it's killing them. And they're dying suddenly. You ever heard of that movie? Documentary, a little bit, ringing a bell? In their sleep. They're passing away for no good reason. And I'm telling you right now, if you know anyone that passed away between, the years of 2016, 17-ish, and like maybe now, and you guys are still trying to, like, why did that happen? How'd that happen? Or you just listen to the excuse of what the doctors told you or whatever. Please question it a little bit further and dig a little deeper, because there is no such thing as conspiracy after all. Your truth is there. It is there. It's just that you're not going to get it from the mainstream media. Hence, who was your president, in charge this last year? How did he get there? Because we already know what that vote count looked like. I mean, if you haven't figured it out, you're being lied to. You have been lied to. This is for entertainment purposes only, by golly. We're just role playing here and pretending like we're just a sci-fi movie that's, also has a little bit of truth in it, because you can kind of figure that out too. But I'm telling y'all, you need to listen. You need to pay attention, and you need to stop listening to the mainstream news channels, because they are puppets, to say the least. They're puppets. They're being told what to say, and they're repeating it. And again, I will say this again. Candace Owens is a beautiful woman, Christian woman. She left that platform. She left the lies, and she is speaking truth right now. And now she's getting criticized and condemned, much like myself and so many others. So many people laughing at us like, ha, 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 she's got a tinfoil hat. Well, by golly, you're going to want to get you one of those here soon, let me tell you, because honest to goodness, you're getting fried right now. You have no idea. And the joke's actually going to be on you. And I am not saying this to be mean, but you will not waver, in my opinion. You will not hurt my feelings one little teeny bit at all, because I know the truth and I'm trying to help. So is Candace Owens, and so is Tucker Carlson, and so are so many others. But you guys got to wake the heck up, because your time is running out. I'm just saying. You want to add anything to that, Candy? And you know what, really quick, Sam Walker, Kim Blanchard, hottie in the house. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I've been trying to put their their messages up on the main platform, also aside with the overlaying comments so that you guys can see them, read, and know that we're not in our own little bubble here. There are people everywhere. You can go to any of these news channels I talked about, the alternative side, and see that hundreds upon thousands of people are waking up every day. I just happen to be a little bit earlier, and Candy happened to be a little bit earlier than me. But yeah, we ain't stupid. We weren't born yesterday. We were born with a noggin. We learned how to use it really quick when we realized that this world is a far-fetched, deceptive world. So, with that said, Candy, you have anything that you'd like to add to this? Because I'm going to pull up a couple of things here in a second and let you go from here if you don't mind. And
Well,
Sam
you know,
says the
we had
social credit score. Amen.
we had
Sorry.
the big hurricane scares here in Florida. And so my friend was telling me, she's like, oh, I've been at the store, I've been shopping, I've been getting this and that and the other. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm prepared all the time. I don't even watch the news. I don't even know when bad weather's coming until everybody else starts freaking out and
I
buying all
watched
the
the
toilet
radar.
paper
That's
and
it.
bread and the water's gone. It's like, oh, okay, must be a storm coming. But anyway, so
Yeah,
I
that's
just
going to
don't
save
watch
you.
it. And and the thing is, it's like I'm more like I'm not proactive when it comes to that negative energy because I mean, yeah, it could go bad, but I'm more of a reactive than a proactive when it comes to all these scare tactics because I
Practical
can't even tell
also.
you, well, I can't even tell you how many times in my life that we were like freaking out because we were told that, we're all going to die and we're all going to flood because these hurricanes are coming and we're all going to die. And so it's like, oh my God, rush around, get everything prepared, load up food, load up clothes, get the kids
We're
packed.
all
And,
going to die
you
one of
know,
these days.
yeah.
Absolutely. But that's not no life.
And wind up evacuating and going somewhere and getting a motel and spending all the
Right?
money and then come back and guess what? Everything's perfectly normal. So can't even
Yeah.
tell you how many times we did that. So now again, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for it because I'm not dealing with the scare tactic crap anymore. Yeah, it could be real, but again, I'd rather be reactive than proactive, and because I'm not doing it. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's like, so, everybody's freaking out. Yeah, I had a few 5-gallon jugs of water in my bathtub in case I need to flush, but we always buy bottled water anyway, so we have that always. And we always have plenty of food and, whatever. So it's like,
Well, I'm pretty sure this will probably go a little bit longer than what anyone would expect. But at that point, I think I'd just be ready to go. This is
yeah,
no life
yeah,
anyway, right now.
yeah.
So,
So
right?
anyway,
You can't run from
so
it, right? Right, guy? I mean, you can't. Candy understands this. We have to still live. And that's
right,
what this woman's done from day one. That's
right,
why she's telling you she doesn't go prep. Like I do prep. I prep to a certain extent, mainly because I have a mother and father that live down the road from me, and I have a sister that's here in the area, and nephews and nieces that I love dearly, and my last daughter. So if I can prolong their life on any level, you better bet your little dollar beaten butt I'm going to do it. But at the end of
so
the day, it's going to be that much, right?
well, I mean, all we got is like some heavy winds and some heavy rains last night, and that was it. No trees. I even went out this morning because I had planned to take my elderly neighbors breakfast this morning, which has been planned for a few weeks. So I told them yesterday, I was like, okay, well, as long as the weather's clear, we're still on. So I even went the back roads
Yeah.
where normally there's trees in the road and everything. There was no trees down. It was like there was no flooding. I went right there, got the biscuits, came back. We had breakfast all together, and it was like there was nothing, nothing. So it all worked out fine.
Okay. How do you just say Sam Walker got censored? Yeah, not even. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We're getting censored on what we should be allowed to speak. Our amendments are being freaking robbed. I'm sorry, Candy. And yes, back to the topic of that weather. I actually made a post out there because I know geoengineered weather when I see it, and Sam's actually a very like dead on. He knows the weather. I'm going to give Sam that one. Like, if I want to know about the weather, Sam's probably going to be the first person I call and ask about. He's taught me a lot, but I also, Monkey Works on YouTube, you guys, please tune into him. He's showing you all these aircraft flying through that shouldn't be, or where they're, refueling on a certain target going, way up yonder where there might be a World War or guerrilla. Yeah, because I had to censor that too. But he will show you which aircraft are in your skies, which are being refueled, what is the target, where's the area they're flying back and forth from, what kind of Black Hawks are flying around, what kind of Jet Hawks are flying around, and again, read between the lines. But it is geoengineered, 100%. I can look up here, and I pointed that out. You could see these two forces that just suddenly arose, and they're working against each other. They're spinning like in an opposite direction. It was very obvious, and it was like heading for the Alabama area. And I mean, it's just not rocket science, but they can turn it on like that, and they can turn it off just like that. And that is a true story. I mean, it is. It's just look up, guys. Just look up and pay attention. This is for entertainment purposes only, because by golly, if we had to deal with any type of censorship, we want to make all fire sure that everyone knows that we're just live action role playing here. That's what we're doing, right? We're just role playing.
Well, and I guarantee you, I don't care who you are or where you are, if you got a big storm coming, watch what's going on above your head a few days prior, a week before. So if you know bad weather's coming, look up in the sky, watch what's going on. Then after the rain all comes down,
that crap out of it. Yeah.
drive around your neighborhood and see what's left behind. Okay, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's in
And
the
those
trees,
of you in
it's
Texas,
in
because this is
it's on everything.
and Florida, Texas, anywhere along the coastlines, you're going to notice that hazy spraying going on. Your very unnatural clouds. I mean, if you haven't noticed that, then you're definitely looking at your little patent leather shoes, and not at all up. But you cannot tell me that your skies are normal on any level at this point. And if you can tell me that and look me straight in the face, a double dog dare you. I just don't, and I will. I'll tell you what. I stand my ground, and you're not going to waver me. So
I want to mention something else
I have
too.
a whole family that's just ignorant to it.
I was telling Lisa about this here a while back. There's about an hour and a half from me. It's a place. It's called the Sulphur Springs. It's sulfur water. They have a big, huge pump in the center of this big pit that pumps in this sulfur water. And you go out there and you can get in the sulfur water that runs out. But I mean, I'm just saying that it's like you go there, right? And you're in there, you're in the sulfur water, and I mean, it's amazing for your skin. But they got like this little trail where the water runs out. So Lori came from Philadelphia. We were walking down that trail all along the edges of the bank. It was just, I mean, gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of fibers. And I was like, wow. I mean, just
I know the hot springs in Colorado are like that too. Sorry, I got to put this down for a second. I'm going to show you guys this in a moment, but
so I had video.
Sorry, again.
I had video up here. Because everybody that goes in that water, even whether they have symptoms or not, okay, that stuff purges the stuff out of your body. And it was like all caught up on the leaves and stuff on the side of the banks going out, and was like, that was so crazy. We were just like, look at that. It was like everywhere. But again, if you get a chance to go into any sulfur springs, it's amazing. And then afterwards, I got in the chlorine pool and stuff just poured out of my body because it was like a campground, so that you can get into the pool or you can get into the springs. So I did the pool afterwards, and between the sulfur first and the chlorine after, oh my gosh, the stuff.
Oh. Sorry, Candy, hold on. Sorry. I'm trying to share a page. So sorry about that. All right, are you there?
Yep, here.
Can you hear me now?
So it was just,
okay, sorry about that.
I did the sulfur springs first, and then I got into the chlorine pool afterwards, and just gobs and gobs and gobs of stuff just poured out of my skin. It was crazy.
The sad thing is we can't live in it. It is, but it's totally, I just know I'm having technical issues right now. Can you guys hear me at
Yeah,
all? I hope.
your voice is going in and
Okay.
out.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to show you something, and they are really trying so hard right now. I can't even tell you how hard they are trying to censorship what I'm getting ready to show you all. And this is varying a little bit from the topic that we are all on. But I have to laugh because this is hilarious. And Candy, back to like when you met me in Florida, the whole thing I was saying about the ocean water, the same, like it worked quite effectively, probably the same as what that sulfur water. My skin was so clear for a while, but that's the thing, that's the battle. We can't stay in it, and we are suffering, and we have a world gov that knows what's going on, because it has been a new world gov for a long time,
Yeah.
since well since Kennedy was in office, let's put it like that. And again, I
And I want to
apologize,
mention
I didn't mean for my big old fat
I
head
want to
here.
mention something. I want to mention something about that. If y'all remember right here a while back, they kept trying to scare everybody to keep them from going into the ocean. They kept saying that, oh, the Fukushima radiation is leaking in there. There's a flesh-eating virus in the ocean water, and you
Oh
shouldn't go in there if you got open
no, it's
wounds.
true.
And you know what? No, no, no,
Don't
no.
it?
Because I think
No, let me tell you.
no,
Not
no.
that,
I
but
think
the
that
Gulf
they
of
were.
Mexico here where I am, do not go in it. I did it just last week.
No.
So,
Well, I'm saying that that salt
like,
water is
literally,
there for a
there are
purpose.
certain areas. If you got a crystal clear blue, you're probably okay. You go to the Gulf of Mexico here, I came out infested, sick as a dog. Not even lying. I spent the whole week
Well,
fighting it, and I
I
went to the
believe
water.
a lot
So
of
I
that is
forgot to tell
part
you
of the
that. So
deception to keep people out of the ocean because the ocean is there to naturally heal us. I mean, I'm not
I do
falling
believe
for it.
that, but
You
I
know, I
also know
think
what I
it's
see in the Gulf for sure. Now you got to think too, they're dredging for oil here in the Gulf of Mexico. Deep dredging, drilling. They're bringing up all sorts of black goo and toxic nonsense. And it is just, it's infested here. When I see those waves roll in here, I can see what's in those waves. And anyone that is very familiar with the Morgellons patterning will know what I'm talking about. You can see it in the waves that roll in. I went to Florida. You did not see that. That was not there. It was not in it. My skin cleared. I just went a week ago. I'm going to say it again. And I was infested, and I have not been very well since then. And I could see it in the water. It was gross. It's awful. I will never get in the Gulf of Mexico water ever again. And I knew that a while back too, because it didn't heal me then either. But there was something very appealing about Florida, and you can clearly look at that water, and when you can see crystal clear blue, and you can put your hand way deep and still see it, and your visibility is quite great at even 10 feet. You know, we're snorkeling, you could see it forever. Well, I wasn't, but my kids were. That's a whole different, that salt water is, holy crap, just amazing. And yes, they don't want you to go in it. They're going to tell you it's bad. But in this case, in the Gulf of Mexico, y'all, there's something going on in the Gulf. And keep in mind, NASA sits right there in the Gulf, okay? NASA, like, isn't a Jack Claw. Um, but it does. And that oil that we're dredging, that consists of black goo. That is your dead carcasses. That is where this ancient black intelligent goo that still has cellular memory. And what I would like to say, maybe a little AI, or maybe not artificial at all, but there's something to the black goo. And everyone that's familiar with black goo understands what I'm speaking of here. There's some connection there. In the Gulf of Mexico, which is, I mean, think about it. Like, this is where everything, like, this flushes all out into the Atlantic from here to there in our Gulf Stream. The whole thing, it originates in the Gulf here. But there's some bad juju going on right here. And it's not getting flushed out because it's staying right in this little half moon area. And of course, there is going to be a current, but it's, I don't know. I'm just telling you, it's different, beyond different. And Candy, that's where I was going to go next here. I don't know why this platform keeps changing around. And ever since I've been trying to share this one thing that I finally found, it's been acting up. But I do, obviously, anytime it acts up, just like anytime I try to share stuff and I can't, that should tell you one thing right there. It needs to be shared, which is usually when she's like, I'm tired now, I'm going to go. And then this won't go. But
No, I had to get a
I'm going to
jacket.
show
It
it.
was cold. Okay.
Sorry?
No, I said I had to get a jacket. It was chilly.
Really? I wish I was
Mm.
chilly. It's still hot here. Okay, I'm going to share this really quick. I'm just going to put this up there, and I'm going to get censored, but I'm not going to get censored. Here's why: because this is for entertainment purposes only, even though this is very, very much real information or based upon it. But we're just live action role playing here. I'm just saying, I'm putting that out there. And this is probably going to reach only a small handful of people, but your sharing of this will help because I think this is really important, y'all. And everything that Candy has always spoken of with the sulfur water or anything like that, the girl knows what she's talking about. But I also know what I'm talking about here about the Gulf Coast. I'm telling you, there's something really ancient, evil, and old here, aside of Nassau. Okay, but yeah. Okay, so here we go, Candy. I'm going to put this up and share this on the platform now. And let me remove the overlay here of the chat real quick. And let me go to the actual site here so I can help show this. So this is by volunteernet.org. Don't know if you all have heard of it. Probably not, because you have to dig very deeply for this kind of stuff. But this is by Hank P. Albarelli Jr. versus, Enzo Martelli. Sorry. I was thinking this was the law, the case against each other. But this is still pertinent. So it says, why is it the U.S. state apparatus is standing in the way of any serious medical investigation into Morgellons disease? Let's think. I don't know why. Because maybe the culprits, for the simple reason that it would inexorably lead to the covert biological war programs of the 1950s. Okay, so I'm not going to read, I cannot read too much of this out loud because, again, the censorship is real. And the violations are real, whether I'm violating nothing at all. That's obvious because this was found online. And just keep this little, the www.volunteernet.org. Go look it up for yourself, Article 166027. But as you can see here, as we go on here, it will talk about a lot of things that's going on, especially here in the military-industrial complex proclaimed the safeguard of the free world while testing new experiments on the civilian population. Okay, and you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I'm going to go ahead and scroll just a little bit more here. I just advise all of you, and this is just one page I'm sharing now, and I've got a lot more that I've researched and found recently that you all need to really look at and pay attention to, because Morgellons disease, in my opinion, it's not a thing. It is a small bit of a very important piece of information, but a gigantic puzzle. I mean, it is just the minute piece of that because it pertains to almost all of these new emerging illnesses. It is just all one complex, but yet very strategically set into place kind of situation here. Now, in this area here, it's going to give you your statistics, your US and Europe. Remember, y'all, Australia is not on there, but it is like one of the very most populated, infested places. And they're calling all of these new illnesses cancers. And, well, I mean, this goes to ADHD, Alzheimer's, all of your, again, I'm going to say it again, new emerging illnesses. There is a reason that these things are happening. It is in the toxins in your environment, in your daily routine, in the food that they haven't even given you a choice of to eat or intake, because they have definitely put it everywhere and all over. And I keep seeing posts about people thinking this is all China's doing. I'm okay. Please stop. If I hear one more person say this, I'm gonna throw up because hello, we don't have our United Nations for no good reason. This is something we're not that stupid. We would be well aware if China actually did launch a biological weapon on us, and it wasn't the virus with the crown, because that's just stupid. That's just stupid to think that we just happened to let that one slip and we missed it. I mean, this is not rocket science, and I don't know what happened, but while y'all were sleeping, this has been an ongoing unit and a collaboration of let's just put it, I'm going to say it again, Satan's world has been here all along. You're living in it, and he is, in fact, the deceiver, the ruler, and the evil, the principalities of evil in the air, on the land, and all around you. And I don't know what part of that any of you ever missed, but you missed a lot. You missed a lot because it's in your face. Oh, what do you know? What's this? Never saw those flags before. And I know, yeah, nope, Israel, we already know, but come on, guys, just think about it. We had a balloon fly over the border from quote unquote China, and what do? We shot that mother trucker down, didn't we? We shot it real quick with one good pop because you know what Biden said? He said, you know what? We're gonna shoot it down, and we're gonna teach them a lesson. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just teach them a lesson, y'all. Think about this. That balloon, if that were in fact what was going on, could have contained all sorts of biohazards and everything and anything with, completely having no need or necessity for the crowned viral thing being given the way they said it was. I mean, come on. He just popped that mother trucker right down. He's like, boop. Yeah, we taught them, didn't we? Could have had anything on board that little balloon, right? No, this was all a staged puppet show. Use your heads. Just use them. Just try it. You like it. Or maybe you won't. Sorry, guys. I get really passionate about this because I'm just amazed at the lack of, I'm not even going to say lack of intelligence, the laziness in the intelligence. That's where I'm going to go. Hi, Joe and Angela. So you guys just understand that side I just showed you. That's a mild one, but we don't have Biden in office when you could see how the voting kind of thing went, and to think that your vote counted at all, and then the assassination attempts 2 times now, and nobody's really blinking an eye, but yet all of a sudden this woman that could hardly even follow a script says she's African American, and she is clearly not, because I know what that is, because lots and lots of my friends are, and that girl is not, and you can actually dig into that and find out she is not a black woman. I'm sorry, but she gonna be relating. I'll be black. Shut up. Just shut up. You're not making anyone like you anymore. You're just following a script, and that's what's going on. And I don't like either one of them. I don't like anything because this was all set into place. But the thing is, somebody's got to rule this country. We're gonna have to get it done real quick the right way. How are we gonna do it though? That's the question. So
And two, you have to like do your own research. Like I'll give you a prime example. There's
every
like
day.
a page out in our community where we live, and it's called the Putnam Way. So basically, they're in the spotlight. People listen to them. They pay attention. They post stuff about different happenings that are happening locally and just crime stuff and this and that and the other. They are constantly posting missing people, missing kids, missing teens, lost dogs. And I go and I start researching, and I'm like, that's a scam. That's a scam. That's a scam. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you're
Yeah.
in the public eye. You're in the public eye. Do a little damn research. I am so sick because they post these scams out there, and then everybody goes out there and they put them up on a pedestal because they're in the community spotlight, and everybody's sharing it. Everybody's sharing it. I'm like, God, just do a little.
Well, I'll
I
share
started
anything if
laughing.
it comes to someone missing, because you never know what's real and what's not anymore. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, but
Um,
all it takes is a little research. Is all I'm saying. Is like,
hundred
you can,
percent, hundred
yeah,
percent. Yes.
and they say,
Yeah.
okay, well, the FBI has a missing persons post out on this. Well, guess what? You put in that person's name, you hit search, and there's nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah. At
So
the end of the day,
again,
though, here's the sad thing: we are human. We are, but I don't think it's asking too much for us to delve into stuff like that. And actually, that's probably on the back burner for me. Like, what we should be delving into everything this world has taught us and shown us from the get go. the stupid shice that people make up on the side just to get 100 likes or a million likes or everyone knows me now, I'll make you famous type of stuff. I don't even care. What I care about is that they're too busy doing stuff like that when they should be delving in so deep into what is your history actually? What did they teach you in school actually? Who wrote those books? Why has nothing in those books changed over all of these years and years and years gone by? Nothing's changed. It's all the same. Now,
But
I
it, but
mean,
but it
that's
actually
no
goes
brainer.
it actually goes deeper than that because they
Oh, of
share it
course.
and then after so many times that they get other people to share it, then they go back and they edit the post and they change the information. So now you
Gotcha.
think you're sharing
Propaganda.
something about a missing child and you're sharing a pornographic website.
Oh,
Did
that's
you know?
happened on our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
My aunt clicked on somebody's thing and that's what it showed. But I mean, I
yeah.
guess what I'm getting at is people should be questioning when they sat in the seat and we're putting our children in those same seats in this educational system. And look up that word system while you're at it. If they haven't changed that in the Webster dictionary, or, I'm just saying. But question, what have they taught us? How do we know it's truth? Actually, I know now because I actually did delve in. You look at archived information, all sorts of that information is still available. You can find it, but don't think for 1 second because your school endorsed that book. That's the one that their curriculum is allowing them to have. It's all the same, by the way. Someone wrote the book. Probably one person, maybe two, all in probably a certain elitist kind of club. And everyone knows the victors of any war, especially the nonsense ones, which that's all they've ever been, always will rewrite your history. And they're going to tell you whatever they want you to hear. And by golly, guess what they've taught us? Freaking lies the whole time. Look at the architectural designs in these ancient ruins. And I'm not talking the Native Americans, all those are pretty outstanding and amazing. Worldwide, this architectural design in an era that we couldn't even hardly function supposedly. We're like unga bunga dude. Just question these things. Like, what is wrong that you guys can't see that we have been indoctrinated? Your social security card tells you that straight up. The birth certificate that you came out of your mother's womb because you were born in the water. So, that's Marie time there. You know that she signed your life away. I don't care what you say. You can laugh at me now or you go get your damn freaking magnifying glass. You put it to your birth certificate and you read what they call the dotted line because it's dotted for a reason. It is broken up into language. It's words. It's verbiage, folks. It's like, yes, I signed my right away. Here's my kid. You can have it. And now my daughter, my son, myself, we are all part of the corporation. We have been indoctrinated into a corporation. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist, and I hope to God you do, but it's not a theory, folks. I would be this way any day over what I see out there because you will figure it out. But don't you dare say anything to us or about what we say until you do the whole school work and math work too, not school. Don't go to school. But if I could do things over, I would never, ever have sent my kids to school. I would never, ever have let them been poked and taken out of my body the second that I gave birth without holding them, and never had anyone inject anything into their poor little bodies. I regret and resent that more than you ever know. And you guys, you're going to understand if you're not seeing it now. And take the blindfolds off, please. Take them off because this is getting real. And you're going to be blindsided. That's all I can say. And like I said, you don't have to agree, but I will give you every direction to look to show you the truth. All you got to do is ask. I will spend that time. I will spend that time with you because I spent the last 10 years diving in so deep you have no idea. And the rabbit hole is pretty damn deep, folks. But it's real. And you've been lied to. You've been lied to in a deceptive world. That's all I got. True story, though. All right, Miss Candy. Sorry, I am super passionate about this right now because I am just so tired of blind eyes and real lies, real lies, real lies. And we do. We realize it. So But yeah, there's ways to get through this and navigate through it, but you have to get the blinders off and close the door to the matrix and open the new chapter. It's going to take a lot of us, though. We can't just do it alone. So, all right, my love. Anything else you want to add?
No.
No. Well, you guys, this little girl right here has been through the ringer lately too, and she still stands up and goes to these Facebook pages, like she was saying earlier. And she lets them like know, and it's things like that you guys don't understand. Like things like that, like what she did, and she's passionate, but she set them straight. They changed their name on the channel or the page a few little bits later. So just look at the miles and measures that we can make and do, and the footprints we can leave on this world by doing just things like Candy Nelson has, and just a channel or not a channel or a voice, just using your voice. But Candy's always gone above and beyond, and she is.
I did want to mention something. A new person commented earlier about finding out she just has Morgellons and she's got lesions. If you look here, see what I have on my face? These are Solanopause patches. Anyway, they have camphor in them and they have a few things on them, but they come in these. This is a box of 60, but I just want to show her real quick because she's complaining that they're talking about the lesions. But these patches come like this. They're double-sided. You can cut these to whatever size you want, and you put them directly on your lesions. And I'm telling you, it'll burn, but it
Worth
kills the,
it.
yeah. So, but anyway, this
He's
is a box
right. She
of
knows.
60 patches. It's got 60 in here, and I'm telling you, these things are amazing. So it will help with the lesions, and it suffocates them, and then the camphor and the menthol in them will actually kill the stuff. It draws it to the surface. So yeah, it might, but it also helps dry it out and it kills the stuff. So that's what these are on my face tonight.
And you look great. It looks like it's definitely like you guys. If you go back to our earlier podcast with Miss Candy here, she looks like a freaking new woman. She's smart. She studied this forever and a day. She again delved in and she knows what works. Like if I have a question whenever my skin's doing something, that's who I call right there because she gave me the most beautiful box of stuff.
Look, guys, the proof is in the pudding. These are battle scars, okay?
100%.
These are battle scars, and I've been through hell with my face.
Take note of her face, guys, and go back to the earlier, probably the earliest podcast was 5 years ago or so. She's like almost unrecognizable. Like she knows what she's talking about, and I just adore the fact that she has put forth so much effort into making us feel well. And it doesn't have to be Morgellons. Like our bodies are failing us from the toxic world that we're living in and the deceptive world. And she has put hours upon end, years upon end into figuring out what works for what. So if you have questions, I'm just saying, she's probably going to be the girl to address right there.
These
Sure.
again are for muscles and aches and pains, but there's medicine in them. Okay, guys.
My mom used them on her back forever, so that makes sense.
It's a double-sided sheet. You can cut them up small, make it go longer. You don't have to put the whole patch on there. And I'm like, yep. So guess what? Yeah, you want to stretch every penny you can with this.
I think that's pretty amazing too. The fact that you thought that. Well, I'm actually I'm a penny bitch. I would probably squeak with as tight as I am with $1 or two, but I mean I've had to work hard for it. So this girl she can also show you how to save money and do things a very inexpensively but wise way, and I love that because that's my kind of stuff right there. And the DIY stuff, no matter what it is, because I have some beautiful gifts on my table back there that this woman has made, and there's nothing she can't do. Absolutely nothing. She definitely is that testimony to I can do all things through Christ the Lord that strengthens me, because that's her right there. So, but yes, guys. There's
and
ways
then
to get this.
one more thing too I wanted to mention we didn't get to talk about last time. was the biofilm buster that Seven Smith and Alaska Laura are making. I
Yeah.
haven't ordered it yet because I'm waiting for the bigger jar, but anyway, they have been making this stuff that kills the biofilm and helps peel this stuff right off. And I've been looking at the different reviews and the other people that have bought it, and everybody's just like in total awe. They were like, "This stuff is amazing. So much stuff poured out of me, and it's like it's coming off, it's killing it." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait to get the bigger jar because guess what? I don't want to do the little 3 ounce size. I want the bigger one." So I'm waiting,
So if we
holding
could
out
just
for that
change our
one.
environment so we wouldn't have to use any of it, right? And remember the kind guy that let us try his product that one time, the same thing, the stuff was pouring out of us. But it was a lot at one time and it was really hard to heal from. So I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know, you guys, if there's ever going to be a way to heal from this. I think we're
the
going to battle this forever, but ease it.
the
Whatever you can do, ease it.
the reviews on that are like, okay, there's no pain, there's no painful purging or anything. It's just it's coming out with ease. They're not having any stress issues or problems with it. So, and that's her Facebook group is
You
Morgellons,
guys,
a free.
Candy, let me stop just for one second. We're not doctors. We are not allowed to give any type of medical advice like that. So just to make that clear real quick, just I have to put that little little thing in
Yeah,
there so that we don't get censored for that. And so
their Facebook group is Morgellons, a free guide to healing. So anyway, they have a biofilm buster that they're making, and like I said,
they
I
worked
was
hard on it.
looking
Yeah.
at and there's so many natural ingredients in that. I was looking at the ingredients list. I was like, man, I could never make that. It was like there's so much stuff in there, and
Yeah,
so
it's probably not cheap.
obviously
That stuff
we're
costs money,
giving,
guys, too. It's worth,
yeah,
you got to understand, why would you go to Walmart and buy stuff when you can go to one of your fellow sufferers who's not trying to get rich, but they have to pay for those ingredients. And that's what I say about Candy's stuff that she has. She has amazing stuff, but it costs money to put those ingredients into these things, and they're effective. So why would you go be okay like shopping at Target, but someone say, "Oh, you're just trying to make a dollar," and people will actually avoid people like that, and it just blows my mind because, hello, these are the people that would know what your body needs, that are fighting the same fight, that aren't trying to, be rich and have some scheme going on. It takes time and effort, and Candy can tell you all about that. She's done it for years. So I don't want to hear that nonsense anymore. You got to pay for the ingredients, and you might as well like throw in an extra couple of bucks so they can live and keep doing that too. And you're welcome. I mean, I'm just saying. So I just have problems when people get all catty over that. I don't sell anything. I don't have anything to sell. But even if I did, I still say the same thing. It's like, shut up and go to Walmart and get your GMO stuff. Go right on ahead. Knock yourself out. I wouldn't
yeah,
because I care
and
about people, but it's
well,
just
and
ugly.
it gets frustrating for me because I mean I keep my prices low. My soaps, I don't care what's
So
in them.
low.
They're all $5, every single one of them. You know, the little
That's the funny thing. They're so inexpensive and they're valuable products. They work. They're effective.
but it's like I get criticized because I'm not giving it away for free. Well,
It's like
damn it. The
we're the
shipping
ones
costs.
suffering here. Like we haven't even like most people can't work with this. I haven't had a choice. I've not had a choice by the grace of God, and that's the only reason I have got up every damn day and worked. But that is by the grace of God because this is debilitating. It's like it cripples the body. The mind doesn't function right. The coordination's not the same. The vision just freaking sucks. Hence the context that the Morgellons are eating right now. But I
And
mean,
I love
it's
the pain
truth.
and the itching and the rashes and I mean I'm
It's
like a puppy
horrible. I mean, I've
sometimes.
never been able to pamper myself, and so much has always been expected of me. And sometimes I just look at people and I'm like, what are you smoking? Like, if you only knew what I'm actually putting the smiley face on for and what I'm battling inside and daily, it debilitates me so bad. And I do it. I don't have a choice, but you guys have some compassion and use your noggins already because we can't use ours very much anymore. It hurts, okay? It's starting to hurt a little. Just saying. But anyways, All right, I'm gonna leave that on that note. I love you, Candy Nelson. You guys, her products are—I can't even tell you. I use them every single day, all of them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one bad thing that has not worked and has not been effective that Candy does. And I cannot wait to try Sevens. And oh gosh, I White Alaska Laura. There you go. So I really am looking forward to that. So I'm gonna try that too. I mean, again, we know this is everywhere, so it's not going away. But by golly, if we can ease the symptoms, let's get her done. This is how they say that, plain Texan English or something like that. I don't know. Don't know. Oh well. Hi Kim. She said, "Have a good evening." I just saw that, and you guys, if I don't call your name out, I will say it in my prayers tonight to God how thankful I am for all of you. I promise. So thankful for all of you, and Candy, you too, especially. So
I
all of
just
you.
want to. We mentioned about that biofilm buster because we forgot to last week, so I'm like, I had to squeeze that one in there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I love that. You guys don't forget that. And one more thing that you just said that methane blue. My awesome friend, Mr. Avatar, reminded me about that again tonight. Methane blue, very effective. Just planting that seed. Let's watch it grow instead of like propaganda, y'all. So, all right, much love, guys. Peace and love and light, and have a beautiful weekend. And just wake up smiling through the pain, because that smile is effective and it will make somebody's day, if not 100 people's day. So just keep smiling. It's worth it.
Good
All right,
night,
love you, dear.
everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
TTY.